It appears we are live. What's up, everybody? This is Mr. Drew here to welcome you to another episode of the Glowczewski Experience. Uh, yeah, I was looking into. I know I was able to share this, and I was like, oh man, I should be able to share it on Twitter, but I think I passed that point since I started recording. It's been a while. It's been a while since I actually shared a stream beforehand. Um, I'm always trying to think of ways to maybe be able to do it better. Um, but either way, today we are going to be working on some more character concept art, and I had a couple routes that I could take. I'm starting on the map here just so I can show you kind of the routes or things that I'm talking about. This map that I created here, you may recognize, is me just building upon the groundwork that I laid out for it when I made my character thumbnails and environment thumbnails, and then I paired characters with the environments. And so this is kind of like, this is kind of like the references that I pull from. So we've already gone, well, we're done with the map, but I've already gone ahead and worked on these characters down here. You can kind of see where they are in relation to the bottom of the map. Uh, see how that works. And yeah, moving forward, like I've always been saying, I'm moving from the bottom left to the upper right. And I had a selection to make. These were pretty straightforward who I'm going to start with. I'll be like, okay, I'm going to go with him. That's when I created the crabby guy. And then over here we have the more bug-like beetle transformer robot kind of guy. So it's like, okay. Then I had a route to take. And I could have went with this guy who I really wanted to work on. But I was like, you know what? His physiology, who he is, and everything like that. I was like, I've already done enough monsters. Like I've done a lot of monsters, even going back to the cold lands, um, or the icy kind of map where I had the three character sets that I worked on. One was the girl, one was the frost, um, the kind of frost giants or the ice monsters, whatever you want to call them, and then there was the ice dragon that guards, this waterfall looking gate thing that I worked on. So I worked on basically all monsters. I mean, the girl character kind of looked humanoid, but she had wings sprouting out her back. She's not a human. So it was like, okay, when I started working on him, in my thumbnail sketch, he's actually a human. I was just gonna make him like a standard hermit kind of character, basically like a homeless bum. But then as I was like getting ready to work on him, I had an idea and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna run with it because it really doesn't matter what I do with that guy. Like I said, I'm starting with the outskirts. And I was like, if I give him that, that'll give him some sort of interest edge. And by the time he pops up into the story, some things will be established. And I was like, you know what? He could fit into that sort of lore, and it would make sense why he's a hermit, things like that. Why he's located where he's located, things like that. So I turned him into that crab-like character. Now I started working on the scarab. Still not done with it, I believe. Yeah, see, here's the crab guy, and so that worked out well. And I still have the Scarab character you see me working on a bunch lately. And I wanted to take a break from him just because, like I said, I had the poses that I wanted to get, which is him flying, which, even though I like it and it looks dope, it isn't what I thought it'd be. And so I'm gonna have to maybe revisit it. And fortunately, I have a couple of slots here, so maybe I'll do environment stuff. Maybe I'll just revisit the character. But I didn't want to work on environments today. Um, had some other poses for him and everything. Either way, I'm good with him for now. I'll probably be getting back to him in some time. Uh, Here I have a random page that I'll just dedicate to other drawings whenever I get around to them. But I'm going to move forward and start a new page for a new character. And like I was just saying, I have a what's up, Volcom? How's it going, man? I'm just getting started here. And yeah, out of the decisions that I had to make in between these two characters, I was like, wanted to work on him, but I was like, he's kind of like another monster character. He's kind of like another not humanoid type. And then I have this guy here who kind of like runs. I shouldn't say he runs this area. He doesn't run it, but he kind of resides in these areas. And that would be kind of like over in here. So I was like, you know what? He's kind of like a major player as far as like this part of the land and world goes. So so yeah, I was just and I haven't worked on a human character yet. I have a few of them. Well, no, actually I have a bunch of them to work on here because on this island here, I just kind of grouped a bunch of them together. That might just be a page in itself to just put together these characters because again, they're just side characters. They're kind of not major players, not even as big as him. So it's like, okay, I just really wanted to work on a human character. But with that said, now that I'm getting ready to actually work on them, the thumbnail sketches that I have for them, let me see if I can pull those up. They're not, I'm not happy with them. Like I kind of got the idea down, like I know who this character is, but even the thumbnail sketches that I created for him, I was just like, this isn't, this isn't my guy. So I wonder what book he's in. Um, I don't know if he's in this book. But either way, I have some sketches of this guy, and I was just like, none of them, I'm not happy with any of them. And it was like, okay, so been watching a lot of videos trying to learn Illustrator. Nice. That's what's up, man. Yeah, I mean, I remember when I first started Illustrator, it was super, super difficult. Because it was different from Photoshop. You know what I mean? I had worked with nothing but Photoshop up until that point. And once I opened up Illustrator, it was like a whole different can of worms. And then once you get it, you'll get it. That's why I made that video with making the car and things like that. Like there was like, you can create shapes with the pen tool. And then, you have the shapes and objects there. And then you can use the type tool. It depends on what you're trying to do with it. What are you trying to do with Illustrator? Like make illustrations, like dope artwork? Um, or are you trying to like create a book and like lay out comic book panels or like design logos, turning sketches into art? Okay. Yeah, that'll be difficult. Do you have one of those Wacom tablets? Trying to make emotes. Hmm. See, now the thing with emotes, emotes are kind of pixel based. You might be better off with Photoshop when it comes to making emotes. You could design them in Illustrator, but ultimately you're gonna have to transfer them over to Photoshop. Um, it goes back to that discussion we were having, um, and you and I we were talking about it. You were telling me about the sizes that emotes come in. I don't know where I have those notes written down at. Oh yeah, 28, 56, and 112, I believe, is what we talked about. So it's like a 28 by 28 pixel sized image, 56 by 56, and then a 112 by 112. Got to go to Photoshop. Ah, and you got a mouse as well. Well, here's here's how to explain this? Because again, I don't have this isn't like a digital one, but I'll try my best to explain it real quick. Like, let's say, you have a 28 by 28 and a 112 by 112, 56 by 56. So you have this square image. The 28 by 28, I know like the people like to say that to make the emote, oh, you just make an image and then you make a Photoshop file that's 112 by 112. You drop that image in there and you save that and then you size it down to 56 by 56, save that, and then you size it down again and you make it to 28 by 28 and then you save that. So that way you have your three versions of it. And that's like a really base way to look at it. Uh, More importantly, you gotta consider how much your artwork is going to simplify once you get broken down um, pixel by pixel, especially on that 28 by 28. That is not big at all. It's super tiny. Um, so yeah, artwork. Like I just made a favicon logo for somebody, and I had to drop it down to 32 by 32, which is like as big as you can make a favicon, and it was super simple, and it was just two letters, and it's just to make that 32 by 32 was its own artwork on its own. So those three by 28 by 28, 56, 56, 112 by 112, you're looking at three separate pieces of art that may not delineate from 112 downwards super clear. So you could start with vector where you could work at any size that's like super big. I'm trying to find this picture still. So you could work in vector and you could try to work small and do all that, but you could make like a super clean, clear thing in Illustrator. But then once you drop it in, even 112 by 112 is really small. Um, Once you drop that square image into a 112 by 112, it'll begin to pixelate your vector creation, and all that clarity that you just learn to make as you're learning Illustrator is going to be for nothing because Photoshop is going to pixelate it, or um, the emote artwork is going to pixelate it. So you're kind of, when dealing with that, you're trying to learn. You're jumping through a few hoops, I guess is what I'm saying. You're jumping over a few hurdles. Um, so with that said, I mess with that stuff. That's why I want to do Illustrator. Well, Illustrator's not gonna fix it. Illustrator doesn't work in pixel. Like I guess you could set up an art file size. Um, you may be able to set that up. I believe you can. Just make an artboard that's, by those pixel size ratios, but it's still going to be vector artwork. And then once you drop it in to make it into the format that you need in order to use it as an emote on chats and things like that to create the emotes, like all that clarity that you're designing is going to go out the window. That's why emotes are super pixel based. They look like, 8-bit graphics and things like that. Um, so yeah, I don't know how, do you have Photoshop and are you good with Photoshop? Have you made emotes with Photoshop and things like that? Because honestly, that may be easier, but I don't know. Don't let me. Where are the drawings of this guy? Hmm. Yeah, don't let me tell you how to do things, but just immediately, because I've been doing graphic design and illustration for so long that it's like, I know a few things and I know like kind of the hurdles you're gonna have to jump over, so it's best to be aware of them. And if you're not aware of them going in, then you may run into a problem or two along the way and just be like, I don't understand it. It's frustrating. But I guess it all depends on what you're designing as well. If it's super simple stuff, then cool. I recall some of the things that you sent me when you were telling me about emotes, and you were like, "Yo, these are emotes." Even to create those are pretty technical. Some of them. I want to learn. Okay. Oh, for sure, learn it. For sure. I'm not saying I'm not saying don't do it. Yeah, see, these are characters that I'm gonna have to work on this land. This page here, and this page, no, and this page here are characters that reside over here. At least I have them like that on the map. They kind of reside all over, but I guess that's like their home base. So where, I guess it really doesn't matter where I have this character at then. If I can't find them, like I'm spending too much time looking for them. I just want to kind of start drawing. But basically, what I'm getting to is now that I'm working on my first character, is um, or first human character, and it's funny because this guy's somewhat uh, I don't want to say related, but associated with the main character. So it's kind of important for me to if this is going to be my first attempt at working on someone that's this closely associated with the main character in like looks and style and things like that, it's going to be important for me to capture this guy. So what I was thinking about doing was was designing his just doing a lot of clothing designs. Yeah, see, like here's one drawing that I did of him. It's pretty basic, like I didn't like it. And then I did these up here to try to like find a little bit of happiness with it, and I didn't like it. Like this was the best I got, and it's still very basic. Like I didn't find a thing for this character. And I'm just now remembering that I gave him hair like that. I may not want to. I may take his hair away also. Because I've had ideas about this character since I drew those sketches, and since I'm not happy with them, it's going to be easy for me to kind of do whatever I want to do. Did I finish that car? I did. I did. It's part of a logo, and it's off with the client. Yeah, I think what happened was it was like episode 97 or something like that. I went to go do the OBS, like you taught me, or like you showed me, and it after it finished recording, it didn't save for some reason, and I haven't gone back to try the OBS since then, just because I haven't really had it, any digital stuff to stream. I've been doing some digital things, but it's all for like marketing and freelance and things like that, and things that I can't really just share. Uh, without putting my clients whatever at risk. Their their stuff. Okay. So yeah, I'll be doing more like in the future, and I'll be testing out that OBS some more. But yeah, I gotta run some tests and try to figure out what happened when I finished the stream, and why I didn't upload to my Twitch account. It was really weird. But it was a bummer because yeah, I finished the car and it was streamed for episode 97 and it didn't work out. And then so I just went on and did my next stream and then made that one 97, which I don't remember what it was at this point, but I'm sure it was a drawing of some sort. Yeah. Yeah, I lost it, and it would have been dope too because I was, it was an exciting stream. I think it was only like, maybe 90 minutes or 2 hours long. I spent the first 15 minutes just kind of struggling with OBS and trying to understand what was happening, like in real time as I'm recording. And then the last the last 15 minutes of that stream was just me, like, okay, I'm gonna end it, like, and then yeah, it didn't work out. But the car got finished, most importantly. Okay. So yeah. All right. So let me work on this. So I want to design this character, and because he's young, and because whatever, like I just want to kind of work on clothes and styles for a bit, and yeah. So I'm gonna take this square that I have here, split it in half, and then just kind of fit like clothing and apparel. And I might do a few of these. Just to kind of get clothing and styles and stuff like that. Um, because all the references that I have for this guy is super basic, and I haven't been happy with the drawings that I made of him lately. So the whole point of this stream is to create a good base for the character. So I'm kind of happy with it. Finishing. Am I sure I was live? Yeah. I mean, it was recording, and I'd linked the stream, and I went on the OBS forum to talk to them, and they were like, "Yeah, it sounds like you did everything right." Um, it was just after I think I might have ended it the wrong way. I'm just not sure, because there was a start streaming, and then there was an end streaming. Um, so yeah, I started the stream. I got the ticker going. I saw the volume stuff going, like everything was happening. I would look at the recording. It's recording what I'm doing, like it was happening. I didn't hit record. I just hit the stream option, and yeah, it just ended up not. I think when I went to go, like end the stream, I might have missed a button, you know, and when I hit end stream, and it seemed to have ended and nothing happened, I closed out the software. I closed out the program because I was like, okay, I don't see anything happening. So let me just close this out, and I'll hit up. Oh, you know what? His shoulders are too broad. He's got to be he's got to be smaller than that. He's a kid. I'm drawing him like he's a man. Um, but yeah, that's why I just want to like kind of test it out and redo it again at some point. And then maybe when I end the stream, I'll just take my sweet time with it and make sure that I'm hitting everything that needs to be. But yeah, let me play this video in the background. Listening to new rock stars. They're talking about Falcon and Winter Soldier stuff. I don't know yet. I just started the video. Let me turn it down. All right, so I'm gonna draw this, draw that, and so ever since I've been unhappy or dissatisfied with this character, I had some ideas of what I want to do with him, and I really like the direction that this character goes. That's probably why I'm putting him up on such a pedestal, as far as like being unhappy with all the designs and stuff that I worked on for him. But yeah, all I really want to do is kind of do like almost just draw his clothing and not necessarily him, since like I said, he's like a young character. Okay. Oh man. Oh, drawing this? Yeah. I mean, it's super small. It's also why I work super small. Because I'm working with like micro pens and stuff like that. You know, 5 years of working on this stuff, aimed and directed at building this up. Yeah, for sure, man. So it might have only took 2 minutes, but honestly, it's been sitting in my brain for I couldn't tell you how many years. That's why this is all so exciting for me, is because it's um I'm finally getting to draw these things. I had to take 5 years off of drawing for the most part. I love drawing characters, so I stopped drawing characters for like 5 years so that I could learn how to draw environments and how to write a story, and then to write the story. And yeah, all that work and time, like you got to make it count. That's why when we were talking about the Illustrator and Photoshop stuff, I just kind of wanted to give you a heads up on what kind of hurdles you're going to be jumping through, so that way you don't lose any like hope or anything like that. Because yeah, that stuff is going to be difficult for sure. But yeah, once you put in the time into things, then then yeah, it'll all become easy. You know, I would say if you want to make emotes, certainly go for it and do it. Learn it and then be the best at it. Or else why get into it? And yeah, like I said, these are all just concept designs, so I'm just kind of gonna throw. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna end up having to ink these things to clean them up. Okay. Let me do something. Yeah, what I like about this character's design. Yeah, yeah. Working 5 millimeter, super sharp. Because these are just sketches, I kind of want to fly through them. I'm also not using like the red and blue pencil. Those are like when I plan on actually rendering something out. These are just like they might remain sketches. They might get inked. I don't think anything beats. I don't think anything beats a regular graphite pencil like this. You know, I really enjoy using like regular pencils that you have to sharpen and things like that, but I hate the fact that you have to sharpen them. Okay. Man, I watched that new Falcon Winter Soldier this morning. I don't know if you watch that show or not, or if you're into the superhero stuff at all. Oh, what's going on? Oh, damn. This phone's dying. No wonder. There we go. Man, I was wondering why I haven't even dropped this camera angle here. Sorry about that. Been working at the funny angle. Are we still focused? Yeah. Okay. There we go. Never heard of Falcon and Winter Soldier? Dang, dude. It's the Disney Plus show that's following up with the Avengers movies with all the TV shows. One of the TV shows is Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is just following up with Captain America's storyline, where they follow the Falcon, who's something like a sidekick to him, and the Winter Soldier, Bucky, who was something like a sidekick to Cap as well. So it's kind of like Captain America's sidekick show. Okay. So then this is gonna be kind of up down like that. And two, three, four. Let's see. How does this look? Yeah, they're just like glows. They're just regular schmegula. There we go. So give them that. And yeah, this guy's. What about this? There we go. What else we got? So it's kind of like this. Get that down like that. And that. Ah, okay. Yeah, I won't spoil anything then. I'm sure you know, if you care, the story will pop up in the news and things once the show's over and out. You know, I just wanted to say, like, I was watching it, and it's a bummer, man, because these shows out I grew up when TV shows were like at least, or a season was at least 13 episodes, and then when Netflix blew up, things became, like 10 episodes, which I guess I can understand. And then after after Netflix, all these other streaming services popped up like Disney Plus, but um, they all but now the streaming is like changing television, and now with like the Marvel Cinematic Universe being what it is, uh, they're just like I guess doing whatever they feel like. As far as like what counts as a season, whatever. Like I guess they're more focused on telling a story more so than which of course they should be, right? More so than like trying to make it into 10 episodes like a normal digital streaming season would be, or trying to make it 13 episodes like a season would be. This Falcon and Winter Soldier is only going to be, I think they said 6 episodes. And it's like, you know, it is what it is. I guess as long as the story's good, I guess it doesn't matter how many episodes it is. Like I definitely, if they only have like a good story to fit for 6, I wouldn't want to try to stretch it to 13 and then make 13 long and boring episodes. Yeah. So it's only 6 episodes. And I mean they're good. They're telling a good story and everything. It's just like, man, I wonder what kind of planning goes into it. Like, like everyone's accustomed to 13 episodes. Now we've become accustomed to 10 episodes. So it's like when you go to write a show and you're in the writer's room and you're writing for things and you have a story and then you're like, okay, this is going to be the story that we tell. Now we need to make it fit across an X amount of episodes. Wouldn't, you'd think that they would try to be aiming for 10 episodes, 13 episodes at the very least. And they're like, nah, we're gonna tell this huge story with all these characters, and then we're gonna squeeze it into 6. Because, for instance, without spoiling anything, the story consists of um. Oh yeah, okay. So his other hands here.